Welcome to the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Steele, and joining us this week, of course, can't have all three. Nothing ever goes according to plan, but the good news is the Zenful One is back.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy to be back. View,
Indeed.
living high. I'm no longer wearing NFL gear. They're dead to me. Rich Rod will save my football fanhood. So let's go. Playoff bound.
Detroit is a surprise cut this week, off this week. The WU stuff was not planned, but a happy surprise when we fired the cameras up this beautiful Thursday morning of the second round of the KDFL playoffs are set to begin. But first, Zenful One, take us away and tell us what happened in the round one of the KDFL playoffs.
All right, welcome to the playoffs and the Golden Mid Tournament, round one of the KDFL League. Starting out, we have two atrocious teams battling out in Cross Vegas as the 5-9 Gamblers host the god-awful 3-11 St. Albans Sinners. Nobody expected the 8-game losing streak Sinners to produce much, but Mike Evans had other plans as he scores 37 points. I don't even know his other two leading scorers. Kay Ellis with 21 points. Goldstone with 14 points. I'm sure you can help me out with these guys. Gamblers scoring, God, more no-names people. It's just defensive guys.
Trent McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie getting 20 points from the Gamblers, leading the way for them. Xavier Worthy, rookie. He's been kind of a miss. He's had a couple of good games. Getting 20 points for him. And the legend, I saw it in person. Looked amazing. Mac Jones getting 19 points. And Mac Jones leading the Gamblers to the victory, to the second round of the Golden Mid, finally ending the awful season of the Sinners. Put them to rest. Nobody wants to see this team ever again. Okay, that's it.
Say the score.
I said 224. I thought I said 225 to 204. Maybe I didn't say it. Gamblers win 225 to 204.
Beautiful, beautiful. You might have. I may have missed it. All right, next. Let's go to Oakview for the battle of the podcast hosts. This is such a rivalry that these two can't even coexist on the same episodes together anymore. The budding hatred between the River Rats and the Zen Masters. All right, we lead off. Malik Neighbors leading the way for the Zen Masters with 24. Jameer Gibbs with 28 for the River Rats. At this point, we have to call this guy a highlight of the year for the Zen Masters. Justice Hill with 20 points of his own. Jaden Daniels, the coveted second overall pick for the River Rats, scores 26.
26.
Yep. I was making sure he was the second pick, right?
Yeah. Now, what?
Okay. He was the third pick. That's why I stopped. Yes, he was the third pick.
Master Caleb was number 2.
Yes, that's why I stopped. It wasn't staring at number 26. All right. Patrick Queen on the defensive end rounds things out with the Zen Masters with 19. And Jordan Love on Sunday night leads the way for the River Rats with 20 of his own. And the River Rats, as promised, have ended the Zen Masters 2024 campaign as they win 243 to 204. Fully Zen now in Nocatee.
All right, next up, we have a huge matchup with the Mega Power. Some people saying at the beginning of the season, this is the first-ranked team versus second-ranked team. I don't know if the Mega Powers were ever a second-ranked team, but the Kings were clearly the number one team going into the season. As Timbo the King will tell everyone in the world as he's talked about his team, although they are a very mid 7-7 and almost missed the playoffs. Anyway, the Kings getting a strong performance from former Zen Master Lamar Jackson, 43 points. CeeDee Lamb playing great as always. Doesn't matter who his QB is, getting 27 points. And Terry getting 26 points. His trades have been working out. All three of those guys he traded for. Meanwhile, the Mega Powers getting James Conner, a guy that he recently traded for, 31 points. Help me out with these next two guys. D. Davis, 27 points.
Demario Davis,
and B. Branch, 25 points.
Brian Branch, Matt, go on.
Brian Branch, I'm in the moment. I wasn't supposed to do this. We just were told 3 minutes ago that the other guy would not be on here. Would have prepped a little for it. Anyway, absolute close matchup. I'm being told that a 10-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, whatever his name is, called down in Florida to taunt at the 4 o'clock games because the Kings were dominating. They were up. They were projected to win 30, 40. I don't know. Mega Powers come back in the 4 p.m. games. My sources are telling me this is the closest playoff matchup of all time in the KDFL and the highest scoring matchup of all time in the KDFL. The Mega Powers advanced 299.42 to 299.18. The Kings are devastated. The Mega Powers roll on. The championship's coming to Florida.
What a stat correction watch, just for the record. All right. Now, let's go to the final game of the KDFL championship playoffs as we have the Renegades hosting the Lumberjacks. Chase Brown gets things started with the Lumberjacks with 26. Levante David with 23 on the defensive side for Wake Forest. And Sam Laporta starting to roll a little bit. He scores 18 for the Lumberjacks. How did he get those 18? Maybe because his quarterback threw 5 touchdowns. That is the Roxanne Renegades quarterback, Jared Goff, with 46 points. Healthy T. Higgins is a beautiful thing to see as he scores 20, and T.J. Edwards, linebacker, wraps the high scores up for the Renegades with 17 of his own. And the Renegades pull away in the PM games of this one as they end the Lumberjack season 252 to 220. And that is it for your KDFL Round 1 results. Let me tell you, I have never been a part of a game like the Mega Powers and Kings game. We don't know if this is actually final yet or not. Like there might be some by the time later this morning, because we get up at the crack of dawn to record this on Thursday morning. So later this morning, we could have some corrections that come out, and which will also affect the matchups in the second round because of reseeding and everything like that. So, I mean, the last pass the Desmond Ritter completes is to Jacoby Myers, and it was just enough. It put him a point above, and then the point gets taken away right after. Oh, you were snoozing. Yeah. The last pass Ritter completes is to Jacoby Myers. It's like a 15 to 20-yard pass. Kings go up by less than the point. It's done. I know I'm on. But the thing was, the solace that I had was I knew no matter what the score was, we were going to be in this exact situation because it was so close. Like we're going to be waiting. So I go to sleep that night. He's up by like 0.8. Wake up. The point has gone away somewhere. It wasn't from the people last night. It's got to be. It wasn't from an offensive player because I screenshot the final score to send to people. Can you believe this? When he was ahead, and all the defensive players stayed the same. It's with this league with 9 defensive starters. There's a lot of moving with that. So I'm guessing a stuff got taken away. A tackle that was given credit got taken away. It could easily be added back by the time this airs. So I don't know. I will say this, and we'll get into it. We'll save it for when we go week 2 or round 2. All right, let's talk NFL.
Sure.
Jags and Jets.
Game of all time.
Probably the best game of the season to be at for the Jags. I can't think of it. What's a better game to be at in Jacksonville?
This year?
I can't think of one.
Terrible. No, the Jags have been awful at all.
Jags and Vikings was the worst NFL game I've ever been to in my life, I think. That I paid money for. But this one.
There's been terrible. This one was awesome. It was great. Mac Jones playing great.
A lot of people were talking about the cockiness that he was playing with. You probably didn't see that in the field.
I couldn't see it. Yeah.
But it was swag every time he got up, like letting you know about it. But I did hear this because, and I'm sure we'll talk about him in a second. But when you're a backup, you need to come in, especially on a team that's not going anywhere. You need to come in and just sling it everywhere.
I know.
The Ritter tentativeness, it doesn't make no sense.
Mac hasn't done anything to prove that he belongs on a starting team at all next year when he had his chance. But Aaron Rodgers, greatness. Well, I got to see a lot. One last time, probably.
Getting to see Rodgers to Adams one more time is pretty cool.
Keegan was so pissed off every single time Devontae Adams dominated.
Why Raiders thing or what?
Yeah, Raiders thing. Yeah, Adams just kind of like how Randy Moss was to the Raiders, like back in the day, basically. Oh, this awesome guy's going to come out and do great, and then of course they don't do a damn thing for the Raiders. Although Adams, I don't see him turning it around like Moss did because he's older.
Right. I'm trying to think what way I want to go here. Are you in agreement with me that the bigger injury to the Lions is the defense and not Montgomery?
Yes. Yeah, they don't
It's
they don't
right,
need
right.
Montgomery. That's people were saying.
I mean, it's a
Why do they
fall
need
off, but it's not. But this defense is a problem.
Jameer Gibbs? I think I played him a couple of games this week. I'm like, damn it, he would not be getting all these points.
Right.
And Montgomery was out there, and then the game was ridiculous scoring. So Gibbs just kept scoring and scoring.
Yeah.
The Zen Masters and River Rats matchup. It is another league too.
It
That's
was
the
a
same
big.
issue.
Yeah.
Damn it, Gibbs. But they don't need him. They don't need Montgomery.
All right. I have another question for you. We're talking about head coaches going where and the Jags and the Bears. I've seen Vrabel linked to the Bears a lot. I know Papa Cowherd, or my idol, said he wants Vrabel to go there because they need like an adult, like a seasoned
To
person.
where? To the
The
Bears?
Bears. But I kind of, and then a guy came on and disagreed with him, and I kind of agree with the guy that disagreed with him. Like the Bears need an offensive mind. They
Right.
don't need a defensive.
I showed you earlier. He's already
Okay,
campaigning in Chicago.
that probably has more. I don't know if it has to do with the Barstool Chicago offices or what, honestly. But I
I
saw
don't
that.
know. Talk about a guy rebranding himself.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
becoming everyone's favorite again.
Um. All right. Speak of him, I have put you to the test moment here.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have coach the Jags? Matthew Edward Smith, John Gruden, or Ben Johnson?
As a
Son of a,
as my
you
selfish
son
fan
of a bitch.
self, 1,000% John
You
Gruden.
son of a bitch.
I would be one of the fans in attendance who just has the ultimate costume. I would be a player. If
You would
John
do the
Gruden
Chucky
was
thing.
if John Gruden was head coaching, I would nothing else would exist. I would just be the most diehard Jags fan ever.
You have Keegan
I'd
dress up
have
as
to,
Chucky.
yeah, it'd be incredible. For success, probably Ben Johnston. For
Okay.
me selfishly, John Gruden would be the greatest thing ever. There's nothing else I could ask for. John Gruden, head coach of the Jaguars.
I mean, with the secondary team, it is the team. Like, let's just have some fun and do
I
some.
love it. Yeah,
But
absolutely
for
love it.
Trevor's sake, God, and I still don't know. I just don't buy him to the Bears. I don't know why. I just don't. It just doesn't seem like a fit to me. It don't seem
Dude, Ben
like you wait a
Johnston.
year to go out to go then go to Chicago. I know that
I
the
don't know.
Jags aren't the
Chicago's a
epitome
big.
of a well-ran franchise either, though. I just have more faith in the
Chicago's
Jags front
just
office.
like historical franchise. It's dying to be
Yeah,
great, and you can be such a hero if you come in there. Versus the
and
Jags,
Caleb.
it's more chill.
Yeah. Speaking of QBs, let's transition. The Falcons do it. They make the move. Michael Penix. Very. I don't know. Like I'm pretty excited because Kirk couldn't move anymore. But I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, even if they went out, they
Yeah.
still might miss the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Well, if they win out, it's going to be tough to miss because that includes a win over the Commanders. Like
Oh,
there's 3 games left, and they're not Giants at home, Commanders on the road. That's the big one, and then Panthers at home. Panthers have played better. It's division, whatever. Anything could happen there. But um, the Commanders have their 2-game lead on us right now. I believe they're 9-5. We're 7-7. But they play the Eagles this week, so it's
yeah.
like it could like that's why that game gets flexed to Sunday night. And I agree with you. The Falcons have had way too much primetime games for my comfort level. I don't like being. I like to be quietly at 1 o'clock stewing alone. Nobody even knows what's happening until red zone cuts to our eventual demise. I don't like being in the lights.
I just
But
I just hate this notion, fantasy football, NFL, that everyone just assumes all these rookie QBs. It's really pissed me off this year with Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy. All JJ's clearly be 11
yeah,
and 2
that one
right
was
now for the
weird.
Vikings. JJ would be better. Like they're 11 and 2. Why the hell
Yeah,
are you talking about JJ McCarthy right now?
that
But
one was weird, and we talked about that a lot. Like the idea that J.J. McCarthy goes down, so we had to worry about Jefferson. I'm like, wait, what?
yeah, JJ is going to be the greatest of all time as a rookie. And then like Michael Penix, everybody's expecting the Falcons to win. He's a rookie quarterback. Rookie QBs
Yep.
struggle like crazy.
I saw
Uh,
people say like temper expectations, like because if you know, do you know Schrodinger's cat, the thing? Do you know that the
I
cat in the
don't.
box? All right, you put this is gonna I'm getting deep philosophy. The first clue, Schrodinger's cat. Some people are gonna know this, some people aren't, but it's like a philosophy. you put a cat in a box with a vial of poison until you open the box and find out the cat is still both dead and alive at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Because you don't know. It could be either one. So he
Oh yeah,
exists in a state of both. So
yeah,
Penix, until you put him out there, he can live in this, oh, he's great or he's awesome. Until then he's out there and then you know. But the hopium basically is what we're talking about.
yeah. It is hope.
It
Yes,
is
definitely
hope.
hope. The Zen
Now, the
Masters
first
are
time he
cool.
rolls out and fires one down the field, I'm going to lose my shit, just to be honest. Because that's what Kirk could. He's a statue, and it's
Yeah,
tough.
hope
I
is a big
mean,
thing. I will say
I
that.
don't like, yeah, I don't like the situation. Feel bad for Kirk, I think, is a little bit too far. Like, he has made over $300 million and has one playoff win. Like, that's insane. And
Yeah.
we are about to pay him possibly $90 million for 14 games, which is
Now
also
that's awesome. I saw.
insane.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I saw something that he can be traded for like $27.5 million, and teams
But
will
he has to
trade for
agree
Kirk
to it.
Cousins. That's true. He's got the
And
Derek
it is
Carr
the Derek Carr
clause.
situation.
Yeah, so he
And
won't
why
agree.
would
He
he
makes no
agree to
sense.
it?
Makes no sense for him to agree to that.
Why would he agree to make a team worse when he could
Right.
just be like, "Hey, I'm just going to get cut and I'm just going to come to
Yeah.
you and you don't have to give up a pick,
Right.
or we'll
Like
get like
Russell
a
Wilson.
seventh for him or something."
Wilson getting $1 million contract this year with the Steelers.
I guess though, I guess a team could be like, "I don't want to bid against someone else. I'm going to give you this. Kirk, come here." Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
but he
But it
has
would have to be
zero.
Kirk being like, "Yeah, I want to come there too. That's fine."
He has $0 incentive to do that. And
He
then,
does have $0 incentive to do that.
and how does he know that only one team's interested in him? He can't. He's
That's
not
what I'm
allowed to talk
saying.
to the other teams right now, right? So
No,
yeah. So no, they've no incentive for him to agree to it.
we have no leverage.
Right.
We have none. I mean, we could keep him, just back up, expensive ass backup.
That'd be great.
And um, okay, NFL wise, I don't know anything else. Raiders. Oh, I came away from the Monday night game kind of like an AP. I'm not gonna lie, and I like seeing how
Well,
hard the players did play hard for him. That is a fact.
he's gone though.
You think?
I don't know. Latest I was seeing on Twitter world was I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but they're saying like he was gambling out until 3 a.m. one night before a
Hell
game.
yeah!
So, I think he's done for. They have the least amount of time of possession in the league. They've been losing about 14 plus points in like 10 straight games or something. Like he's done for. He's got no unless it's a package deal that for whatever reason Shador's only going there if AP's the head coach.
Because you know my theory. Because then you can let go of AP after 1 year, and you can bring in Dion.
It's just so crazy. Well, like why wouldn't
It's
you do
so
that
pie
in
in the
rookie year?
sky, but
Why not do a rookie year? Why do you gotta wait a year to do it with
I don't
Dion?
know. That's a good point. You kind of stumped me there with my theory. Because that's
Just
a lot.
because just think if AP is actually good with Shador, you still fire him and bring in Dion.
No, but I think he knows. And I also didn't know that the quotes to like for Dion employed to draft Shador was in Super Bowl week. I didn't know that. They were that old. I thought they were
So
recent.
what was it? What'd you say?
Roach told me that the quotes to bring on, like telling Dion telling the Raiders to draft Shador and AP to draft Shador was like during Super Bowl week or whatever. Like it was a long time
Oh,
ago.
gotcha.
I thought it was recent because it made the rounds in the news again. So I thought it was recent.
Yeah.
Um, all right, last thing, and then we'll get going because I know we're kind of crunched and we got a few games to pick here. Um, did you see the coward thing? Darnold,
No,
Purdy.
I just saw the headline. I love
Basically,
it.
what he said was you could pay because Purdy's going to want 40 to 50 million a year, which is probably right for what he's done. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's about going rate right now, a little bit less than max. That's about what I've been saying he should go for. But he said you can get Darnold for 10 to 15
I don't know
and
that
or
you
whatever.
can. What?
Well,
That's
you can get
weird.
Darnold for less than Purdy. Let's just say that. A good bit
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
And he says you get a more mobile, just a better overall player that can lead the system. If you're a Niners fan, are you not tired of the Shanahan can make it work with any QB? Like, give me a great
Yeah.
QB.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of reminds me of Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers doesn't need a star wide receiver because he can make everybody great. He doesn't need to draft one. It's like, no, but
Yeah.
damn it, I want a star. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I think they
Um,
keep Brock Purdy though.
I do too. I think I
We
would because
finally did.
as it was said by the commission, this is true. The one thing Coward left out is Darnold was quite literally on this team.
I know, yeah. But
It kind of ends the argument.
he's the only guy looking at practice film and saying, "Oh, Darnold wasn't any good." Darnold got your
Well,
hero Trey Lance kicked out of there, didn't
Trey
he?
Lance.
Oh,
Now
Zen Master.
Zen Trey Lance.
Zen Master. Oh, so let me pivot for a second for Katie, for Dynasty Deep League, since this is the Dynasty Football Podcast, and we're trying to become bigger and grow more people.
Yes, we are
If you
rapidly
if
growing.
you are in a deep Dynasty league and you want players to pick up, and you're out this year, let's say you just lost the Golden Mid tournament, and you have nothing else to play for this year, here are a few guys that I would pick up. I would look on the waiver wire and drop your older guys that you know
I'm assuming
already.
this KDFL list has already been vetted.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rasheen
okay.
Ali, running back for the Ravens, two running backs. Rasheen Ali, running back for the Ravens, he will be 24 next year.
Right.
Justice Hill, my hero, could be gone. I know he's a little older. And Derrick Henry, God knows, me and you've been saying he's gone for the past 5 years. So
Right.
Rasheen Ali, running back Ravens. Tyler Beatty, running back for the Broncos. He showed flash like week 2 this year. I think he had 80 yards, and then he got season-ending injury. He's been out for the rest of the time. He's on IR, so he can go into your IR spot. He'll be 25 next year. We just mentioned this guy Trey Lance. He will be a
Right.
free agent at the end of this year. So maybe Cal Shanahan wants to prove others wrong, and they just take him in. Michael Meyer, we saw him in Tampa, dominated, tight end for the Raiders, 24 years old,
Okay.
which is great. Brenton Strange, tight end for the Jaguars. He had 11 catches last week, 70-some yards, 12 targets. He's only 23 years old right now. Jamari Thrash, wide receiver for the
Right.
Browns, 24 years old. He should be out there. John Mechie, he had some health concerns. Wide receiver in Texans, he'll be 25. And then one defensive player. Defense is very hard to follow or research. Jordan Battle, safety of the Cincinnati Bengals, 24 years old. I would pick up all those guys. And spoiler alert for the KDFL, they are all not contingent.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So, and you all were
What a
talking
helpful
about
notion.
transactions. The Zen Masters now lead at 48 transactions on the year. Somebody said 47.
Well, this
But
is the time to do it. Like when you
exactly. My whole team, I'm pretty sure my entire team is under 25 years old. They might be
yeah.
like one or two guys, but it's going to be tough figuring out who to drop when the draft comes next year, as they're all dart throws on the bench. But there you go. Dynasty players. And these guys have actually been like researched, and these are actual guys to pick up in Dynasty.
Just let me know this. Is Ryan Tannehill still a Zen Master or no?
He sadly is no longer a Zen Master.
Oh my God.
I had to pick up Trey Lance in his place.
All right. That's great moves. Great moves. All right. All right. You ready to transition KDFL? Might as well, right?
Yes.
All right. Flip to KDFL. Throw up the results on the big board here. Detroit went 3-1. Now, of course, this is again subject to change with the looming piano over my head of the Kings and Mega Powers. But Detroit goes 3-1. You go 2-2, and I go 3-1. I am 60-28. You are 55-33, and Detroit is 49-39. And we kept on. This is basically what's been all year. We keep on our same ways on the actual NFL picks. Detroit goes 2-0. You go 1-1, and I go 0-2. This is how it's gone all year with the KDFL or the NFL picks. Detroit reads that one 17-12-1. You are 15-15, and I am 13-16-1 with just 2 more weeks to go to get us collectively or to stay collectively over 500. All right, back to us now. Let me get this where I need to get it. And we will talk more about, let me share our screen here. Share this, hold it, get this. People love it. Great audio right now for the people. And we will go to box score. And the first one up, I believe, is going to be
River Rats and Wampus Cats, right?
River Rats and Wampus Cats. All right, just give me like something you find you want to pay attention to in this matchup here.
I mean,
And I can go ahead and tell you Detroit's picks. Detroit is going. What is that? All right. Detroit's going with the River Rats. I wrote down Wampus Cats. That's what threw me off. But I knew better. I knew better than that. This man is determined to win this Golden Mid tournament this year. I've never seen somebody so committed to this. So he is going with the River Rats. Give me a
right.
player on each side you're looking at and a pick.
I mean, the River Rats, there's actually two players. Jaden Daniels going against the Eagles. He last time got 13 points against them, one of his worst games of the year. Or yeah, third worst game of the year. Going against the Eagles are looking dominant right now. You think he'll get over under 19.9 points?
We'll go with under that right now.
I would too. That might be
they almost, I mean, the Saints almost got them. Like this, they were helped by the clock or whatever. But that was my only like 30 seconds of being a Saints fan this year because I know the Commanders are that last spot, and that would have been huge for them to lose that one in regulation like that. But yeah, I don't know. Jaden Daniels versus the Eagles. I mean, it is in Washington, but I like under that this week. Let me tell you, I have him or Kyler in the big money league, and I'm leaning Kyler right now.
I would think I would too. I'd lean toward
tough.
Kyler.
Kyler's in Arizona versus Carolina.
I know. See that? I think Carolina. Although Kyler's been up and down so much this year. My God,
he has.
Very frustrating.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to talk. Okay. What? Never mind. I'll ask it later so that it wears off your brain right now. This is great. This is a great episode.
I don't know who Jalen Waddle's playing. That bum, him and Tua last week combined for like 3 points. Killed me in another league. Jalen Waddle is currently dead for me. He's questionable. He didn't practice today. Vaughn's probably not playing this week. The Dolphins are done for. So take him out of the lineup for the River Rats. The Wampus Cats are looking great. They're probably the best team that did not make the playoffs. They are the Golden Mid front runner for this.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole team is stacked pretty much. Except Ken Walker's going to get benched next year.
A lot of injuries on the defensive side, a lot of questionables. I don't know if TJ Watt's playing.
True, there are.
Ken Walker, I don't know either. There's a lot of his lineup can go down in a hurry.
True. He's got the great Tyler Algier and Gus Edwards, so he'll be great. Yes, I'm going with the Wampus Cats, taking up the River Rats in that season. Should have lost last week. They're done.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go with, I'm going to go Wampus Cats as well. All right. Next, let's go to the 8th seed taking on, I forget what seed they are. I don't know why I set myself up for failure like that. They are the 9, the 8 and the 9. The Gamblers and the Midnight Riders. The Detroit has won with the Midnight Riders over the Gamblers.
Tyrone Tracy against the Falcons. How's the Falcons run D?
It's been better. Like we actually have. Do you equate the run defense with? I equate it with pass rush as well. I don't know why. Like my brain just does that. Like we've got like 3 straight games with 4 or more sacks. So I'm like, our run defense must be better too, right? I don't know. That's probably completely asinine.
Doesn't that go against rushing yards?
Like the quarterback
sacked. I know it's.
I don't know. Some leagues they do, some leagues they don't. I feel like because a QB nil, you see that.
Yeah, I think it's rushing yards when they're sacked. So
yeah,
I guess it somewhat goes hand in hand, but I don't factor that in for the running back really. But
yeah, I would go over on the 13.7.
Tyrone Tracy picked like 35. Still the draft. And Bo Nix.
The Brett still of the draft.
The Gamblers just dominating the draft this year after getting
to start. Everybody's drafted. It's Bo Nix, Tyrone Tracy, Xavier Worthy, all in the lineup for the Gamblers.
Worthy is not good though. I will stand by that.
No, Worthy's struggling.
Yeah, he's bummed. He's had like 3 good games this year.
So far, the Worthy versus Ladd debate, which was a popular debate in
Yeah.
Dynasty because they were around the same spot has been pretty one-sided.
And then the Midnight Riders. Can Devontae Adams continue going? 18.1 projection. The guy's done nothing this year. Besides, I guess he's actually had a few good games. Actually, the past 3 games have been pretty good for Devontae.
I'm going to go
Uh,
under.
it's the Rams. Oh, and Rodgers. The Rodgers and Adams connection against the
Yeah.
Rams. Debo is terrible. Sure. He done for?
Debo, 1 touchdown.
Debo won. Yeah, his numbers are awful.
Yeah, one
Awful.
touchdown. He will not be a Niner next year, would be my guess.
Anyway, I will pick the Midnight Riders to end the Gamblers season again.
Yeah, I'm going to go under on Devontae Adams just because it feels like the Jets are a classic team. Momentum's going their way, like morale wise.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Rodgers is he realistically is fighting for the right to stay in New York. Like there is,
I think he's back next year.
I do
think he's
too
got one
now.
more
Like if he
year.
can keep this up, but that's what I'm saying. It's like feels like the light's going to shine on him. It's not going to be great.
Yeah.
All right, next, let's go. Right now, Mega Powers and Dobermans. Mega Powers, early 5.5 point favorite.
I love a stat correction can just make the rest of our conversation completely pointless.
We're gonna pick the alternatives, so get ready.
Fast. All
Yeah,
right.
we're doing fast, but we're gonna pick them.
254 to 248 projection. What is your two nation going to do? Because he was a betting bomb last week with
1 point.
1.8 points.
Brock Purdy scores 3 points on Thursday Night Football, and I'm like, oh baby, we're set up for success right now. And I somehow throw a quarterback out there that scores less. How is it
picks
possible?
and 1 interception or 1 fumble. 3 picks and 1 fumble. 196 yards. Yeah. Absolutely awful.
Fantasy I'm going to pick his under on the 17.
Well, I don't know. I think
I think he'll get 14 to 15, but I'm going under on the 17.
I don't think Waddle's going to play, so
right.
I don't know. I think he'll go over. 2 is over.
I feel like the Dolphins are starting to quit on McDaniel, man. I feel like it's starting to run.
One other guy on the Melbourne or on the Mega Powers, Jerome Ford. He went off last week with 23 points, but the guy had 7 carries, 7 total.
He had a 60-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So over under what's he projected?
I'm going over the 11.5.
Yeah.
The Bengals defense is not good. I'm going over on that. He is, I might eat some words here, but he is what I'm considering to be my safe play. I've been going back and forth between Pacheco and White for that second running back spot. White's been good, but White's been good, like not good, garbage time, dump off, touchdown is what keeps happening. Bucky Irving looks amazing. But that's the real reason. If I'm taking on the Durbans, I don't want to have White having the shit game, Bucky Irving being awesome, and I'm getting hit twice from the same matchup. Let me ask you this. I have Shakir in there right now to kind of buffer against Josh Allen, but when you have one has a quarterback, one has a wide receiver, which one do you prefer to have?
I usually don't look at it. I try not to overthink that. It sucks, but I don't know.
Because the Mega Powers they're in a weird spot because my 3 top wide receivers are Judy, JSN, and Drake London. All of them have new quarterbacks this week.
All right.
Well, unless Geno plays. Geno can still play, but
Judy's been so good too.
It could be. I'm thinking it's going to be bad for Judy, maybe nothing for JSN. I think Geno might play, and then good for Drake London, maybe.
Devontae Smith went off last week.
I'm nervous about that too. I don't know whether we got an abundance of B+ players is starting to it's creeping up on me now.
I lean toward Devontae against the Commanders
over Shakir.
I will not sway. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough right now. And then with the Durbans, to me, it's Kamara. Like he's got to play.
Yeah, he's got to play. But
that's another thing
against the Raiders.
Well, but see, have the Raiders not been good recently on defense? I feel like they've taken away the number one option quite a bit. When we were in Tampa, Mike Evans didn't do anything. Yeah, they took away Drake London for the most part. Drake London had that one double pump touchdown. When they played the Chiefs, the number one didn't do a ton. It's the Chiefs. I get it, but still, like I feel like they've done a better job taking away the number one option than
Yeah,
people think.
yeah. Still, BTJ's a legend.
Oh,
He'll be great.
I mean, he's only projected 16. I think he's gonna be right there at that. But
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna put up 25 or something like that. I don't think. I don't know. Mac Jones, man on a mission. I mean, but
yeah.
it's a weird situation with Alvin Kamara because it's not till Monday night. So what do you do? And also, the Mega Powers have Kendra Miller. So it's like, what the heck? Like, it's a weird situation. Pretty fun dynamic right there. And it could all be for naught if 2 hours from now ESPN does its thing and I'm in the consolation
Right.
pick. So
Sure.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. What's your pick of this game right now? Detroit is going Mega Powers, which means this is surely where my season ends.
I got to get Mega Powers too.
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
think
Okay. Well, I'm
Kamara
obviously
play.
going to go Mega Powers to keep it rolling, but nothing will be as hard of a test as what I just went through with the Kings. 3 separate times, and we'll get to the Kings in a second when we do the alternative universe picks. Real quick, last game of the KDFL, Evil Empire hosting the Renegades. Evil Empire opened up as roughly 15-point favorites. The Detroit has taken the Evil Empire to win this game. Let's take a look at Matt. What do you think?
Okay. So the Evil Empire ran through the Eagles. What the Washington Commanders defense is not very good, right?
No,
I'm just thinking that. Yeah. What did Saquon have last time against them? He had 34 points last time he played the Commanders, and
he looked bad but it was the Steelers, but he did not look good.
Jalen Hurts had 19. So combined, they had about 55 points. Over under Jalen Hurts and Saquon get 55 points against the Commanders this week.
I'm going
I
under.
only think under 55.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
projected 40. I
41,
don't know.
42.
Probably high scoring
They're
game
projected
though.
43.
I know. I think it comes down to them for God, stupid team. They just piss me off. Jefferson, Jamar, Cup. I hate them. Stroud sucks though, so that's one good thing. Stroud is terrible. 19th ranked QB in the league. The guy hasn't missed any weeks either. So just pathetic. No injuries. 19th QB in the league. Awful. Anyway, Renegades. Jonathan Taylor, biggest
Yeah, I was going to
dumbass
hit
in the
on it.
league last week for 14.9. He would have had 30 plus last week if he wasn't an idiot that chose to dance. But we're over under
Eight.
14.9 against the Titans.
I'm going to go over just because I think that he's got to do something. He's got to be like,
He's got to have a
he's
bounce back.
embarrassed. 8% of people I saw this stat, 8% of people in Yahoo leagues lost their matchup because Jonathan Taylor dropped that football. The 8% of people that have him lost specifically because of the point
Yeah.
difference. I'm astonished that people that are still in Yahoo leagues, just for the record. That's
Yes.
amazing in and of itself. But they're the ones that put the stat out. So 8%. That's kind of nuts.
What other? Jared Goff at Chicago. I don't know what the weather is, but it's outside. It's got to be cold.
But here's the thing. I think we're going to have to get rid of that because I don't know about Chicago, though, but they're just going to have to
Sunday is
push now.
Sunday is a high of 28 degrees in Chicago.
But I just think the defense is so bad that they're going to have to push all the
There's
time.
only a 5% chance of rain. 8 miles wind, so basically no wind either.
These previous
20,
matchups, I'm looking at those, and they have not been close. And
28
the
degrees
Evil
is pretty
Empire.
cold though.
I mean, these scores 284 to 207. That's week 3. That's when we tried to kill the Renegades, and they came back with a vengeance. But week 12, 275 to 211. I mean, these have been beatings.
He's only had one away game outside. Right, Jared
Yes.
Goff this year, and he had
Yes.
10.6 points against the Packers.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, the Packers.
Over
It's a
under
narrative.
19. You're saying he's over?
Uh, no, I'm going after what I just because there's a couple things. The outside, and usually they would have to be pushed, but I don't know if the Bears could push them.
Yeah.
Like if they're playing the Packers, if they're playing whoever, I'd maybe go more over. But the Bears, I don't know. They're such in
Yeah.
disarray right now.
I really, really, really want to pick the Renegades to pull the upset and take out the Eagle Empire. but I'm taking the Evil Empire.
Yeah, I sadly have to go with Evil Empire as well. You just gotta, I mean, you gotta see it happen. It's like last year, the Wampus Cats did it, but you gotta see it happen before you will believe it will
Yeah.
happen. All right, real quick, alternate scenario, alternate universe. Here's what happens. If the Kings come back and win, they will be, it's reseeds. So the Kings then take on the Evil Empire. Matt, what wide receiver has the most touchdowns among rookies? Wide receivers? Do you know this?
Rookies.
Yep. You can see what I'm doing. Marvin Harrison Jr. leads rookies in wide receiver touchdowns. People would
He
not
still
believe that
sucks.
because it's very boom bust. Like that is
Yeah.
the problem. I think he has 7, 4, 5, 6, 7.
On the
Yeah,
on the Kings bench
on the King's bench, all the King's horses, all the King's bench. Yeah, on the King's bench. But that
because
was
yeah,
but this
I think Brock
projection,
and Malik both have like 4%.
this projection is pretty crazy. 269. It's right up there with the Evil Empire. So imagine these two play each other. 269.3 to 269.1 would be the projections right now if they were to
And
square
this
off.
in this alternate universe, the Kings are winning. They're taking out the Evil
Yes.
Empire.
You know what? I'm gonna go with, I told him, like, it does feel like two people in a battle right now. Um, and I said whatever team wins, like obviously that's who I want to go the rest of the way. So yeah, give me the Kings in this universe to take down the Evil Empire. You know what it feels like? The Kings and Mega Powers. This is what it feels like to me. It feels like I'm setting myself up for, if I do hold, the remember the Vikings, the incredible Diggs beats the Saints, right? The
Oh
catch.
yeah, yeah.
And then what happened the next week? And that horrible, this great game, huge combat, and the Vikings poured out an amazing victory, and they just get waxed the next week by the Eagles. And I feel like that's what might could be happening to me and the Dobermans or the Kings if they make it. But so we'll see. But a lot of emotional energy was spent on. I'm telling you, I wore the same outfit I wore Sunday. I kept the same things in my pocket. It was two $1 bills and an apple juice or applesauce cap in my pocket that I had Sunday when we started coming back. So very not superstitious at all, just a little stitious. All right.
Yeah.
Final. This would also make, if this would happen, it would make the Dobermans take on the Renegades. The Renegades are 254. Dobermans are 248.
I gotta go Doberman solely for Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'm gonna
In its
go.
alternate universe.
Yeah, I think the loss of David Montgomery, while we don't think it's a big deal for the Lions, I do think it's a humongous deal for the Renegades. But maybe the legend of Zach Bond can keep him rolling.
Yes.
All right, let me
Yes.
stop the share here. That's all I got. We got the picks in. We'll see what holds. As far as Detroit's actual pick, who did we say the Rams are playing? We just talked about it.
What'd you
The
say?
Rams. The Rams. We just talked about who they're playing. The defense is bad. The Rams. They're playing the Jets. That's what it is. All right. Detroit for his picks was going the Rams -3 over the Jets, and he's taking the over. This is a low over for these teams, but I get it. He's taking the over in Texans Chiefs 41.5. Brett, I suck. Matt, do you have a Zenful moment for us? You might not have to put you on the spot.
I just looked up one. No man needs a vacation so much as the man who just had one. Yeah, sure. Take that as how it is.
That's true. You get tired from vacation. There is nothing
Yes.
more exhausting than a Disney vacation. I will say that.
And I'll say this is a good KDFL one. The journey, not the arrival, matters. So
Yes.
journey of the season, all along.
As does Sebastian Janikowski, who's over your right shoulder right now.
Yes.
I love that without context, it looks like he's throwing a football. He most certainly is not.
Yeah, he is. He's a legend. God, he's so heavy. I love it. Okay,
Right.
my games of the week: Broncos +2.5 against the Chargers. Broncos are stupid. Whether the Chargers suck, as always, Broncos are going to win though. And Jags Raiders over 40.5. Why not? Just let's dominate with the scoring. Mac Jones and I think Aiden O'Connell is going to come back. I picked this game assuming AOC is back. If AOC is not back, it's pretty much a void. Do not do
It's
it.
going to be even better with the Riddler.
Yes. Yes. No, God. Get him out of the league. He does not belong in the NFL.
That's bad.
Put him in the XFL.
He would make a great San Antonio Brahma. All right. With my picks, I do think that the Dolphins are starting to quit on McDaniel, so give me the Niners plus 1.5. And then I think the Arizona defense is better than we think, and Bryce Young looked a little shaky last week, so give me Arizona and Carolina under 47. All right, that's it for the round one of the KDFL playoff results. We'll be back next week with round two. Maybe the Mega Powers are in it. Maybe we're not.
Christmas Eve special next week.
Christmas Eve special. You guys will not want to miss it. We have a special possible presentation from the Zenful One to take us through. So, for Jonathan Detroit Haynes, for the Zenful Man Smith, I'm Brett Steele, and we will see you here next week on the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast.